Hey everyone, my name is Taylor, your community manager, and welcome to another one of MessageDesk webinars. We have Josh on here as well, and he is your product manager.
Hey everyone, today we're going to be focusing on how your business or organization can use text messaging to collect online reviews, send surveys, or any other type of form. And we're also going to be going over why text messaging is the preferred way to do this instead of email. You can use free tools like Google Forms or surveys alongside MessageDesk broadcast to quickly get reviews in front of your customers. And we'll also be chatting about MessageDesk tools like our own Forms plugin, which you can use as well if you're not already familiar with things like Google Forms.
That's right. If you're new to business text messaging and you're overwhelmed with all of the possibilities, then you're in the right place. We're going to be spending the next 10 minutes or so going over what we believe is the number one way to find value in business text messaging, using SMS to collect feedback, reviews, and surveys. As a business, understanding your customers and their experience is crucial. I mean, how else do you know how to improve?
Exactly right, Taylor. We see it all the time. People get stuck in their ways when it comes to SMS. Most businesses assume that SMS or text messaging is really only used for marketing, when in reality, it's a great way to build real customer relationships. I mean, what's that old saying again? Keeping an old customer is worth 10 new customers. As you improve your customer relationships, it will be 10 times easier to ask those same customers for online reviews, all via text message. This doesn't mean you forget about new customers, though. Potential customers will want to see how other people have reviewed your product or service. That means a handful of recent positive reviews from happy customers can be the difference maker between that customer choosing you or your competitor. Especially for smaller businesses, 60% of consumers tend to look at reviews before making a purchasing decision. That means these reviews and these customer relationships can be the difference between 60% growth and 60% loss.
Bottom line, you need better customer relationships to get more reviews. And you need more reviews to stand out from the crowd of other businesses. So how do we go about this?
Nicely put, Taylor. I know it can feel daunting. What, you're expecting me to now all of a sudden talk to all of my customers in a personal way? Well, not exactly. To build customer relationships, the most important thing is to be human, not best friends. Text messaging, as compared to email, already feels human. I mean, you're literally pinging the pockets of your most faithful and valued customers. Personally, I like to go by the mantra of help, help, ask. Meaning before you ask someone, like one of your customers, for something, it's best to help them at least twice beforehand. So ask yourself, how much value are you really providing your customers over text message? Are you sending them exclusive offers or notifying them of upcoming events? These are all ways to help your customer succeed. If you're a local business, helping might mean sharing community events. It doesn't always have to be related to your specific product or your specific business practices. In fact, the less businessy your messages are, the more human they feel. And then once you've helped them, those same customers are subconsciously indebted to your business. Now they are much more likely to go ahead and leave you a review when you go and ask them for it. So now that it's time to ask the review, what does that actually look like? With MessageDesk, you can send a text that looks something like this. Hey, first name, thank you for being a loyal customer for the past few months. We'd really appreciate it if you shared your experience with us by leaving us a review below. And then you would just insert the link to your online review like Google Reviews or Yelp. And since 98% of text messages get opened immediately, you are guaranteed to get some reviews as soon as you text this. Whereas compared to email, maybe 3 out of 10 emails even get opened, less than that even get clicked. You're already losing to your competitors if you think you're going to compete with them with an email strategy. Especially since, when you think about it, emails aren't even that human or relatable. They don't express to your customer that you, in fact, as a business owner and operator, are a real person.
I completely agree. You can spend all of your time trying to get reviews from your customers through email, but people ignore emails and throw away anything that you give them in paper form. That's why sending a review via a text message makes sense, because response rates for text messages are 45% and emails are 6.
So you know that you'll get 45%, but what about the other 55% of responses that aren't guaranteed?
That's a great question. To kick it up a notch, you can always add some sort of incentive in your message. You can find ways to do this without giving something out for free as well. Tapping into existing rewards programs, offering discounts on their next purchase, offering free shipping, or even sharing a sneak peek. Get creative, but be clear that these incentives are a thank you for their feedback, even if that feedback may be negative.
Those are great ways to boost your response, Taylor.
So, Josh, what are some other crucial things businesses need to do to make sure their messages with reviews or forms are getting opened?
Yeah, the last thing to make sure is that they're getting the ask right. Timing is everything. You don't want to be sending a message at midnight when your customer is sleeping. And you also don't want to be sending that review message 6 months after they purchase your product, and maybe they've already forgot about it. The right timing will depend on the product or service you sell, though. If you bought a pair of running shoes and immediately when you get home or sent a text asking to review that same pair, there's a very low chance that you've actually used them yet, right? So as the business owner, you have to understand your own business practice and understand your customer's journey. Another thing to think about is, we know everyone wants positive reviews, but positive reviews come from businesses that provide great customer service. If you're doing all the things above, you should expect 5-star reviews every time. So why not go and ask for them?
That's right, Josh. Those little things matter to customers and make a huge difference in their experience. Along with Google reviews, what are some other ways we can engage our audiences?
That's a great question, Taylor. We talked about forms earlier. You can always use Google Forms or surveys in the same way as reviews, but in this case, you would use a form to manage event registrations, collect information on a quick poll you're running with your customers, or just to collect email addresses or phone numbers to add to a texting newsletter or an email newsletter. With MessageDesk, though, you can use our native forms plugin, which you can embed on your website to collect specific information via our custom fields about your contacts. This way, you have complete control over what type of information your contacts are providing you and what you do with that information.
So let's say you're a landscaping company and you already have a contact us form on your website. Could you use a MessageDesk form instead?
Yes, that would be a great way to use our forms. Along with any other company who's using some sort of form on their website already, MessageDesk forms would be a great alternative to that. Why, you ask? Well, anytime one of the MessageDesk forms gets submitted, which, like I said before, can be fully customized to collect any information you want, once we receive that submission, we'll automatically text that contact with a text message of your choice, meaning those form submissions turn into immediate conversations between you and your customers.
There really are endless ways to engage your customers, patients, donors with all of these free tools that are in MessageDesk. So thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you learned a lot. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me at taylor@messagedesk.com or email josh@messagedesk.com. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, MessageDesk Insiders, for more tips and tricks. And we'll be here in another 2 weeks for another webinar for MessageDesk.